Well, now that season 24 is here, what is the verdict and what is going around out in public? Well, I'll tell you this. For the first time in over a month, the Apex News guy has reinstalled the game simply because the Ash Dash looks really fun. But there is some news going out there. This was a pretty hyped up season compared to the last two, but I don't think it's as hyped up as we've seen in the past from like really big seasons. But I want to compare the news and a narrative from those that tend to preach a lot of negativity and from those that seem to have more neutral or positive communities. So first off, we'll talk about some negatives. There's currently a bug in ranked where players are receiving incorrect RP from Hyper Mist, and also a bug that regenerates red shield during battle. I get some of this negativity. Like, how does some of this stuff exist? Issue where multiple reports are coming in with people getting their ranks reset, or in some cases even temporary bans, and the old anniversary skins were being used to fill the 36 item milestone event. However, despite that being, a negative, a lot of people actually thought it was a positive because they're one step closer to some of the items that they want, like the heirloom shards, considering they have some of these items already if you've bought them from previous events. One pro player, Fun FPS, saying the identity of the game has been lost with this patch. A lot of the pros were saying that the old patch that they just had made it way too slow, but this new patch makes it way too fast. Some weren't too happy about lowering the time to kill because it was, quote, yet another of many examples that the studio is absolutely clueless. Hypermiss also reported that season 24 peaked at 241 players on Steam, which was 64% lower than the season 16 anniversary event 2 years ago. And compared to last year, it was a 52% player count drop. Now, on the flip side, his Watson says, wait, I'm having fun playing Apex Legends again. This guy made a whole YouTube video about not playing Apex anymore, moving on to other things and basically quitting the game. But now he's saying he's having fun playing it again. And I think one thing has remained true. Whether or not the patches are balanced, whether or not there's things that are overpowered or underpowered, I think that when there's drastic changes like this, it causes people to try the game out again just to see. Even if they start complaining, at least they gave it a shot, and it feels new. It feels different when the time to kill is this less, or when different legends are in meta that aren't normally in meta, and when crazy things happen, like to Ash, they've added a new ability where she dashes. That's pretty fresh feeling, I guess, if you play her. Now, the senior producer at Respawn, Josh Medina, had posted, all right, it's been a day, and I'm here to hear about your season launch impressions. What's up with Arsenals? Assault change classes. Ash is good, right? And the TTK, which is, I think, good, since I can now crack shields before people turn around and melt me. So when you hear people say that the game's catering towards casuals, that's who they're talking about, Josh. So some of the comments were saying the game doesn't even feel like Apex anymore. Apex was always known for longer time to kill and more drawn out fights with skill expression enabled through ability usage, movement, and positioning, but gunplay meaning the most. And now it feels like fights end so quickly, you barely get to use abilities, or if you do, it's try and run away before you die in 0.3 seconds flat, with positioning not meaning anything when you can't even react to counter someone pushing you. Feels more like Warzone and less like Apex. A lot of people commented on his post saying they completely disagreed. Based on the comments, people really seem to be digging the Arsenals, and they also seem to really be digging Ash. Overall, it didn't seem to be a massive toppling on Apex that this is bad. It just seems like most people are very frustrated with the TTK changes, and it's going to be one of those things that they're either going to have to full commit to and people adapt, or just revert it back and forget it happened again. But they've already tried that. As you can tell, Apex is testing the waters with some pretty big changes, bold changes. Some people were saying it was even all too much at once, but the reason I think they're doing this is because the EA CEO had clearly said they're getting ready for some big shakeups, and call it an Apex Legends 2 if you will, because that's how big the changes are going to be within about a year or so when they make that big game-changing update. When his Watson asked what are the things you'd like to see in Apex 2, most people just said fine-tuning the things that are good about Apex, like the game itself, like the gunplay, and making sure bullets are registering and audio's getting fixed, and then of course new maps, guns, abilities. I just really want a robust version of the game, one that feels complete, buttery smooth, works when you use it. The game is always filled with so many weird bugs or just things that make it feel clunky. I used to think that my dead slides a lot of times were just bad timing, bad movement, but with the implementation of super glides and tap strafes, or things that were accidentally put into the game that weren't meant to be there but then got left there because they were fun to use, while I enjoy using it from time to time, it just seems like there are a lot of inconsistencies with the movement these days. It's a mix of me being bad, of course, but there are some aspects that just feel clunky. What are your thoughts now that we have season 24? Let me know down in the comments below. Of course, we'll keep you up to date with everything that happens in the scene right here on the channel. So like and subscribe for more updates. And until the next time, we'll see you all later.